And we are live. Welcome, everyone, to the birthday extravaganza. For those of you who were here earlier today, and those of you who weren't here earlier today, thank you for your love and support during the book stream and all your well wishes and your messages and everything, because today is Rina's 19th birthday.
Hi, guys.
So we are making this all about her tonight. It has been her day, and we have some special gifts and some awesome things to talk about and embarrass her with. So without further ado, here's Matt.
All right.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you? Uh-oh. I can't hear you.
Matt, you're muted.
I can't hear you, Matt.
Rookie move. Look at that. Rookie move. No, hey, happy birthday. I was saying that I've been excited for this for like the last week since you invited me to be a part of this. And I'm just super happy for you. Today's been a huge day, so I can't wait to hang out, mess around with everybody, and have a good time. So happy birthday.
And hello, Roger. Hello, hello. So good to see you. How are you?
Likewise. I am so honored to be part of the Party Patrol. I mean, this is an honor right up there with, getting a Academy Award, a Pulitzer. It's the apex. It is the honor of the honors.
That is amazing. Well, the honor is ours because you guys are sharing this very, very special day with us from start to finish, and we're so very grateful. Thank you. So tonight we're going to be kind of popping people in and out as you guys help me co-host. We would like to say hello to everyone who is tailgating in the chat. I know Sam was there very early. He said he had to go to the grocery store, or I would have brought him in to embarrass you too. Glitter and duct tape, thank you so much for being here. Always a pleasure to see you. Rob, hello. So good to see you.
He's the worst, isn't he?
You are
worst.
Oh my goodness. And let's see, who else do we have? My brother is here. Hey, Kurt, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here tonight to help us celebrate Rina's birthday. Unruly Simeon, as always. Oh, I invited them all.
I'm like, the list just keeps growing.
Jake was here earlier for our book stream, so it's so good to see you again, Jake. Thank you so much. Z Collects, hello. Thank you for being here. Goodness gracious. Let's Geek, hello again. I think John, are you ready? I think John is ready now.
Yeah. John's camera crashed for a minute or something.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure kind of how this was going to go, and my girls have started watching a movie in the other room where I usually am, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to move the whole thing into the bed. I'm laying in bed. I'm relaxing in bed.
That is the way to do it. That is the way.
Right. So I'm gonna be chilling in bed here, guys. How's it going? Happy birthday! The book launch was a lot of fun, and now we got this thing to the birthday side of the day to celebrate. It's so big a day that Raj even decided to let the camera face the correct direction. That's right. That's awesome.
Yay!
Gracias, Juan. Me alegro que tú sabes eso.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what you said, but it sounded beautiful.
Thank you. Actually, I have a message for Rina. I come from a Cuban background, and every time a young lady achieves a certain age, we have a sort of a blessing that we tell them. So I'm going to say it in Spanish, and then I'll translate it, unless Matt wants to translate it for me. Okay? And that is, feliz cumpleaños, que tu vida esté llena de bendiciones, éxito, amor y salud por siempre.
Beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Matt, you want to translate that?
You go ahead, man. There's a couple of words in there.
I caught little bits of it. I heard happy birthday, obviously, at the beginning. And may your life be full of
love.
I heard love. I heard friendship. Was there friendship in there? Amistad?
Health.
Health.
success, and blessings. Red Hood's in the house.
Yeah.
Jason Todd is in the house.
That's beautiful, Roger.
I'm the only one not wearing the shirt. What am I thinking?
I'm not either. Thank you so much, Roger.
Happy birthday, Rina.
So awesome. I wish I was bilingual. I mean,
I tried to take Spanish, but for the life of me, it would not stick in my brain.
high school French, bad.
Well,
I
Very
tried
good.
in
when you
Spanish.
grow up speaking Spanish, it's a little easier.
Just a little bit. Well, and you're almost all bilingual, right? I mean, Matt, you are, of course. And I mean, gosh, John, you're teaching your kids German and I mean, oh my gosh, you guys speak like
Klingon and
And Simon speaks Australian, so
that's right.
I
That's right,
don't
Nate.
know. What is Jason Todd? Is Jason Todd bilingual? I don't know.
Yeah, he speaks fluent Australian.
How are you tonight, Simon?
I'm all right. Tonight, it is morning here in Australia. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's midday.
good afternoon, Mike.
Good afternoon.
Well, and I want to just kind of pause everything right now.
That's
Um,
why you invited so many people. Oh my gosh, I read her mind and oh no.
Because we missed a birthday.
Oh,
That
is
is
true.
3 days ago.
That is
It was
true.
Simple Simon's birthday.
Happy birthday, May.
Happy birthday. I could be truly horrible and sing to you, but I will spare you.
We could be horrible
Um,
and sing to Cade too. I mean, technically Cade didn't get
No,
Good try though.
Yes, yes. So I sincerely apologize from the bottom of my heart. I am.
Even Matt said happy birthday to me on Facebook. No, he did the right thing, Sharon, because, you know, me, I don't like being reminded, remember? That's why
I
hide away.
actually heard was that a video that you talked about that where you kind of like go away and you just
Yeah,
yeah.
I like to disappear and not see anyone because I don't like people reminding me. It's nice when people, you know, write comments on Facebook and stuff, but yeah, I prefer to just forget about my birthday these days.
But you're so young. I don't understand.
I know. Like,
I-
why are you
Oh
so
my
upset?
gosh. Yeah, you don't get to be upset about your birthday until you hit about 90. So, you know.
Look at the mustache, Simon.
I can really go on. Give me 6 months, I might have something there.
Not even close, buddy. Not even close. Not even 6
I
years.
shaved this morning just for this show, just so you know.
Nice. Baby face.
Lots of birthday wishes for you.
Poor Mike, 21.
And Glitter and Duct Tape is wishing you a happy birthday. Poor Mike, you know, I mean, you're right. 21. Are you allowed to drink now, Simon? Or are you old enough?
Officially. I did have a couple of drinks on my birthday, actually. It was good.
Be real with you all right now.
Anyway, this is about Rena's birthday, all right? So,
I know, but we just wanted to take a moment and let you know that we love and appreciate you, and we wanted to
Jazz
give you
hands.
a special. Yes.
and I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me.
There you go.
You're awesome, buddy.
Okay, will somebody please translate this for me? Hang on just a second.
He says,
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
I don't
I'm
understand.
sorry, I don't understand much Spanish. I only speak a little bit.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, hey, I mean,
Because
the fact that you can write that out.
he lives in Miami. In Miami, most people speak Spanish.
Yeah, a lot of Cuban influence there, right?
A lot of Cubans, Central Americans, South Americans, you name it. I lived there for 45 years. Trust me. I know.
And,
I know
and
them
a little
all.
bit of whatever Perry is mixed in as well.
I love how
Perry's
John
a-
takes
he's
a
up to his
shot
own,
at Perry every time he can.
I mean, who has never seen Captain America until now?
I haven't seen it.
Carrie, have you not seen it?
I've only seen the second one and maybe the third. I haven't seen the first.
Simon.
Hey.
Well, Simon, we got to get you on Perry's show. You two peas
No
in a
better
pod.
than Perry did, yeah.
I know, right?
I think he said he'd only watched Thor for the first time as well.
Yeah.
No, he'd
I've
never
seen
seen a
that.
Marvel movie until recently. Not a single one.
Thor's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
He's
kind of
never
a comic
seen
book
any.
channel has never seen Captain America? Only Perry. Only Perry get away with that. None of us.
I want to know what started the love-hate relationship between you and Perry, because this has been going on for like ever.
Okay, so I think your mom can testify to the idea that growing up with two brothers, I learned that heckling is love. that you show your love by needling those you care the most about and poking fun and having some jokes, and that's generally how you know that I watch your channel. Is I take a few shots. So like I took a good one at Mike and Riley today. When I don't know if you saw their show today on the Downright Nerdy podcast, but he's right in front of the camera doing talking. She's like 30 feet behind him in a chair, like looking like a parrot sitting on his shoulder for the whole show. But they're both on mic. You can hear them both perfectly. And I was like, dude, you guys, congrats on hitting 500. But once you start putting the beautiful woman in the front, your channel's really going to take off. You might get to 1,000. But I love those guys. So I feel like that's just, So I love Perry. I like hanging out with Perry. He's a genuinely good guy who can take a joke and loves to dish it out just as much. And but yeah, definitely has some giant Swiss cheese kind of holes in his pop culture knowledge.
Hey, you know what's kind of exciting though? Like I've been listening to John read Harry Potter, right, with Charlie, and part of the reason I'm sitting here doing work on my computer and I'm listening to it, and then I hear Charlie like getting excited and talking, and I get excited because it's her first time experiencing it. So it's kind of cool going through that with Perry, getting to experience it with him for the first time. It's fun.
That is fun.
Yeah.
So Simon, Captain America night, let's go.
Hey, Tommy, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. So we are going to open this up to ask Rina questions. I do have a couple other people that might be coming on deck, so I may have you come over here and we could share if they decide that they can come on.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I just want to start the stream out. I was showing this picture backstage. This is Rina as a
She's a cutie.
My published authoress, and that is Christmas. I should have never agreed to this.
It looked like a rainbow over a berm.
The sun will come out
tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow.
And this was when I was in the whole like I have to dress her up in ridiculous outfit phases.
Hey, I mean, I kind of adopted it. I can't say anything.
Hat, right?
No.
Look at the hat.
Oh, come on.
That's always a good phase. I'm
just happy that she didn't find any baby pictures of me like in the tub or something.
Oh, I have them, but I agreed to not humiliate her.
Yeah. Nowadays you can't risk that. Yeah.
No.
Rina, is that where you got your dinosaur love from, that hoodie? Because it kind of looks like a dinosaur, like a brontosaurus ears and the little crest. Maybe subconsciously.
Yes and no. Actually, I was obsessed with dinosaurs when I was little. If for all of the dads in our stream right now, have your kids ever watched Land Before Time?
Oh yeah.
Sarah, yes.
Yeah, Bigfoot or whatever that little guy was. Yeah,
Littlefoot. Yes. Okay, I know what she's gonna go get. But so I grew up watching like every single one. There is not a Land Before Time movie I have not seen. So that did stem the love for dinosaurs here. But no, for those who don't know Pete's story, I found Pete. It was at work. I was working my first ever 6 o'clock in the morning shift. And, where I had to be like up by 4 a.m. just to get there by 6. And he was sitting on top of the battery station that was over by the registers. And I'm like, why is a random dinosaur sitting on top of the battery station? So I proceeded to pick him up and I just brought him over to my register because I obviously couldn't take him back because I was the only one at the front of the store.
I don't know if you guys
all
can
morning.
See this. Rina got this today
from Jake
because, as we all know, Rina believes in Bigfoot.
Oh
my God, are those toilet papers?
Yes,
toilet paper in the background. Yes.
So Jake,
only existed for a couple months, and people are little meme T-shirts.
Yep.
So I think that is perfect. What a good job,
100
Jay.
years from now, they're
Good
going to be
job,
like,
That was beautiful. That's
Here's this
perfect.
picture.
Perfect.
But yes, so that is where Pete came from. Is I found him on the batteries. I was the only one manning the front of the store that morning, and I couldn't go back to put him away. So by the end of the day, I kind of fell in love with him, and I adopted him. I have adoption papers in my bag. It's
The Care Bear share. Oh my gosh, we totally watched the Care Bears too.
Yeah.
Totally.
oh,
Okay,
God, you have no idea how many times I had to watch Land Before Time with Rina.
You know how we finally got rid of them? Because she still wanted to watch them. I boxed them all up and I sent them to a friend in Minnesota because I had to get rid of them. Oh my gosh. If I heard one more Happy Dinosaur song, I was going to kill myself.
Okay,
How
Rina,
many
so
are
what's
there?
the best?
You were slide. That's not okay.
What is
You see
that?
this, Rina?
Hey, Kavi.
Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, this is my daughter.
I never actually saw any of
All
those.
right.
Oh, so
I
good.
had to send away to Europe because she saw an episode and she loved it so much. I had to get the whole set.
Wow.
That is awesome.
Okay, and she can tell you verbatim every episode, every line.
No.
I've seen this thing so many times that I think I know this better than I know my mother.
Wow. Wow.
So trust me, I know exactly what Sharon is talking about and Cade when they said that you know all the Land Before Time. Yeah, trust me.
That is amazing. Oh my gosh, that is so
Well,
funny.
but then it wasn't all that. You know, we grew up on Thundercats.
Oh,
Yes.
He-Man,
Yes.
Masters of the
Well,
Universe.
we didn't see He-Man until much later, though. We grew up on Thundercats.
Hey, Fatal J, it's so good to see you. You have a friend that looks like Chopper.
Chopper, that's another one.
Oh my
What
god!
about like Dora the Explorer? I saw that every
Whoa,
afternoon.
okay.
Yep.
Oh.
I actually watched one episode of that, but it wasn't on purpose. I was like 2, and my
It wasn't
show
on purpose.
ended, and Dad was upstairs. So I'm just sitting there, and then the show comes on, and I had nothing better to do, so I watched it.
Arthur was big in our house.
Arthur,
That
yep.
animated series.
Clifford, the big red dog. That was
We
another
watched
one.
every single episode of
We still
Clifford
have
the
one of
Red
those
Dog.
movies.
Is
How
the
about
Boomer
Bears Team
Food?
Bears?
Yep.
Yeah.
All of that stuff.
Listen, being a dad and a mom is essentially it's a lifetime commitment to early childhood animation.
It is.
Okay, we were opening this up for questions
Instead of telling embarrassing stories.
instead of yes.
Oh, but we're having so much fun.
Embarrassing
embarrassing
stories.
you.
I'm like, okay, we gotta open this up for questions. It's already 17, 18 minutes in.
Well, how about if we let Cade do his fire facts?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll let Cade do
Sweet.
his fire facts.
Represent right here.
Ooh, nice.
It's time for birthday fire facts. That was on. Okay, so fact number 1: Rina absolutely loves the color red. Number 2: she was born 6 weeks early. And number 3: she never crawled. She went straight to walking. Now I need to go get the match and light the candles.
Cool.
All right, match sounds. Happy birthday to you.
Oh,
Happy
God.
birthday to
I knew this
you.
was coming at some
Happy
point.
birthday, dear Rina. Happy
Yeah.
Cade.
Okay.
Oh, that was amazing.
I love how he's just hollering at the top of his lungs.
Kind of sounded New Yorkish, you know. I'm just saying. Happy birthday.
Yeah, he sounds like 10 years older when he's yelling. You know.
You know, his voice is changing
His voice has
so
gotten so deep.
fast.
Oh my
Yes.
I am becoming deep ASMR voice.
Fake the snake. Yeah, she would look at her people and say, "You have to learn to crawl before you walk." She's like, "Psh, please."
Well, and the only reason why, and I have no problem telling this story. The only reason why I learned how to walk/run before I learned to crawl was because I used to steal her shoes. I would steal her shoes and I would run off with them down the hall.
That is actually the first
awesome.
time she took her step was when she was stealing my shoes. Yes. Mhm. Yes. So yes,
Nice.
yes, indeed. So here's another not embarrassing photo. This is actually a sweet photo of Rina and her late Pop Pop. He passed from cancer a couple years ago, but he was an amazing, amazing pop.
Love you,
And
pop, pop.
yes, and this was little artist Rina with our dog. So that's a pretty good embarrassing photo that we've got there.
Cute.
And
Nice walk technique.
yes, and then this was when she was in her Disney princess phase.
Hey, I mean, you know
Yes,
what? I
yes,
still have
yes.
that.
I think that phase has not passed.
Yes.
Mhm.
So there you go. That's all the embarrassing photos I'm going to show.
Cute.
I won't humiliate her anymore. Much.
If your embarrassing is that cute, then I don't know what my embarrassing is.
But how many books did you sell today, kid?
I think it was like 60.
70.
Ooh,
60 or 70.
Books, yes.
nice.
So
I like the number 7.
this cute little monkey right here
God,
is
why do
now
you keep going back to
my
that one?
published author. Yay.
Ooh, you sold more than Matt.
Hey, speaking of that, can I throw it in here too? Is that okay if I put the link to Isle of the Dark?
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
So you guys keep going.
How do you type in the chat? I can't figure it out.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions?
Or any of you guys? Yeah, because this is mom didn't actually script her show, and she didn't create any questions, so she has shamelessly pushed it off onto you guys.
Oh, okay.
I was busy selling books, girl.
That is true.
Okay.
I know you guys were watching me and the guests earlier today, but I really should have showed you guys what was going on behind the scenes. We had like 3 different stacks of books, ones that were needing to be signed, ones that were category of family and community, ones that were going to get put back down. We had orders coming in that she was monitoring on her computer. She and my friend Ethan, who kept popping in and out, they were just running around here like rabbits. It was insane. I am so lucky to have the team that I do. It means a lot. It was insane today.
Thank you, Fuchsia. Thank you very much.
All right.
Well,
you gotta wing it.
the reason she says that is because I ride her like a ninja every week. So, have you reached out to Bob? Have you got your script done for Bob? Have you sent the script to Bob yet? I am just like the biggest pain in her rear end. So now is time for her revenge because I am completely unprepared.
She didn't script anything.
No, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna bring on Matt and Roger and John.
I didn't realize you had like a whole panel already. I knew Matt. It kind of got revealed to me that Matt, you were going to be on, but I had no idea that she had like a whole arsenal of people waiting.
I didn't even know I was going to be on here until your mom told me earlier today. So
Yeah, I had no idea until I got a link about an hour ago.
I messaged your mom like, "Hey, where's the script at?" And she's like, "Yeah, just come on." And I'm like, "What?
What? Exactly.
No script?"
Yeah, all she has to say is, "Hey, it's for Rina. I'm there."
That's right.
That's all she got to say.
That's right.
Thank you
Amen.
guys so much.
That's
I know
it.
that things are super crazy
High
right
five.
now, and just the fact that you would take time out of your schedules and your families and everything that's going on and spend this time with us is really special, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so trying to turn this back around again only took 6 minutes. Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the first book. Rumor has it, this is the first book in about a 5 or 6 book series.
Yes.
Right. So you know what the next question is? How is the second book coming along?
I'm probably a third of the way through the next book.
Good.
So I mean, it is coming along, but it is not near like finishing stages where you're going to be seeing Instagram posts anytime soon about the next
Well,
one.
and she's getting caught up in drawing maps of the world and
let me see if I can pull
coming
it
up with a
up.
language
Yeah.
and the lore and the background. And then she'll be like, so in book 5, Mom, this happens. And I'm like, book 5? Girl, you need
I
to be working on book 2.
Yeah.
So, you know, she's, you know, mapping it all out in her head, but I mean, she's kind of
I know.
all over the place.
So none of the symbols have to mean anything right now. Oh, it flipped. No, do this. Okay. I'm trying to do this without my phone flipping over. So it's like, this is going to be a pain in the butt. Hang on.
Oh, Tommy says he always loves seeing maps on the inside of books.
Yep.
Yes. That is cool.
So it's, if it would stop flipping, you know, I'll just post a picture on my Instagram. That's what I'll do is I'll just post, I'll make the final drawing and I'll post it on Instagram. That's what I'll do. And that's a promise.
You know what's really cool? I was reading or listening to on Audible the first Lord of the Rings book 2 weeks ago, and when I finished it, it was talking about some history. And J.R. Tolkien actually, after he finished the first book, he took like a huge break in between to figure out exactly how he wanted his maps and how he wanted his languages and how he wanted all that stuff to be done. Once he figured that out and the history of his people, then he came back and wrote book 2 and 3. So it's kind of interesting that you're doing it that way too.
Well, look at you, Tolkien.
I didn't even know.
My gosh, I had no idea. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, well, and
Wow.
it's partially because, well, and I mean, I have no idea if it was the same reasoning for Tolkien, but the reasoning for me was, you know, the first story, you know, is just focused on who these characters are and what their journey is. You know, it's what's happening to them. And then it's not until after I've already finished the book that I'm like, okay, well, what would be going on in the rest of the world? You know, it's like, it's not like everybody lives in this one place, you know?
And what's really interesting too is that it's not mushy love stuff. I mean, for a young girl to write a story that has zero romance at all.
There's no vampires and werewolves in this one?
Unless you count deaths of monsters, no.
No, I'm teasing.
Yeah, I mean, like one of the characters, I'm like, yeah, but when does this character find love? And she's like, book 5, Mom.
The only love you get is just this little scene right at the end that establishes the fact that these two characters are together. That's it.
Hey, Rod, thank you for joining us so much. So it's fascinating, really, to see, you know,
world building.
Yeah.
And but yes, to finish your question, Roger, yes, the main
Team Edward.
Edward.
Gosh dang it, Matt. No, team.
Yeah, they are, John.
The main books are 3 of them. There is 3 main books.
Oh.
And then a 4th one's supposed to come later as to
I don't know that you know. I just think it's hilarious. You guys keep looking at each other. You're looking like that way.
this way.
You're looking at somebody else who's in the room.
Everybody probably thinks I'm like staring off into space.
Right?
When really, I'm looking at her while she talks.
You guys need to switch chairs. Just sit in the other chair.
That's weird.
But then the 4th one kind of like follows up on them years later. The 5th one is just completely out there. Like the 5th one is like the lore and like generations later. And then I was thinking, oh God, I'm going to have to explain all this at some point. Okay, book 6. Book 6 is going to be a thing.
Wait, there's a book 6? Since when?
Wow.
To explain everything, yes. To literally explain
Do I have
everything.
to wait until book 6 for Isle?
I've been trying to tell you all this. You get it fresh from the burner.
Brutal. That's brutal. Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Anyway, well, I mean, hopefully you guys will find the book entertaining and want to come back for 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And someday maybe somebody will drop, you know, hashtag Team Isle into the chat.
And then fan
you
fictions
know,
will begin.
and that would be really amazing. Yeah. So really, Team Edward. Really?
Matt.
all the way, 100%.
Oh man.
Wow.
I am a
Wow.
werewolf person. I don't care for vampires. I'm a werewolf person.
All right. Do you guys know what we're talking about? Twilight, Simon? Have you ever seen Twilight?
I've never seen it, but yeah, I used to work in the DVD department, so I know all about Team Edward and who's the guy? Who's the guy?
Jake.
Jake.
Yeah.
Boo.
Boo.
Yeah, because Team Edward is Batman now.
The Lupin.
Very true. How do you guys feel about that?
Team Batman.
How do you guys feel about Edward being the new Batman?
I'm cool with it. I learned my lesson with the last one, and I know you're gonna hate me for this, Life with Two YouTubers, but at first I was like, no way can this guy be Batman. And then what's his name? Ben Affleck?
Affleck.
And then I actually think he did a pretty darn good job. So I'm like, you know what? I'll give it a shot.
That's it. You're out. You're out.
Good night, guys. Happy birthday.
Roger just made the top shelf.
Momentary timeout.
I'm on the bottom shelf now.
Simon's front and center now.
That's what you get for saying Affleck was a good Batman.
I thought Affleck was good. I think he looked the most Batman-ish. Like he's tall, he's big, he's just
Simon.
Simon.
Matt's gonna get his spot back.
Slowly get in there, guys.
I'll tell you what,
What did you think about Affleck, man?
Has anyone watched Titan?
I've never heard of him. I don't know.
Who?
I can't even.
I don't like Keaton Bake. I can't stand him.
Like,
oh my gosh, you guys, you're too funny. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah.
Look at Roger. He's just staring down at me. That's what he's doing.
Well,
I'm actually looking at the chat here. Yeah.
that's like saying Wonder Woman is the greatest superhero ever, and I don't think anybody on this panel would take that chance of saying that right now. So yeah.
the daring look in John's eye.
I'm biting my tongue.
I don't know, John. I've been thinking about this for a minute, and to answer your question in the chat,
Matt's going to the negative zone. He's going to the negative zone.
The Phantom Zone.
I'll see you guys later again. I guess I'm going back that way when we're sorry.
Matt is a rebel through and through. I tell you.
That's right, baby.
I don't know why we put up with him.
Gryffindor for life.
yeah.
Thank you. Kevin Conroy is
Aggressive,
Batman.
aggressive reaction,
Thank
aggressively
you.
relaxing
There
guy.
we go.
Well, then that means that Luke Skywalker is the best Joker.
Also true. Also
I would
true.
agree with that. Yeah.
100%.
100%.
But you know what? I'm not a huge Joker fanatic. Everybody's so cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over Joker, and I'm just kind of like, meh.
I didn't like him in. Okay, let me rephrase that. I thought I enjoyed the different Jokers that I saw, except for the Suicide Squad one. I just was like, yeah, I don't get it. But I didn't mind Heath. I didn't mind Jack, right? But for me, it's Batman animated series Joker. That is Joker. And if no one can ever repeat that, it'll never be the perfect Joker for me.
No, absolutely.
So-
I agree with you 100%. Yeah.
He's a Romero. He still had a mustache on.
Oh,
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Painted right over it.
well, I know. And,
Yeah,
you know, it's
okay.
funny that Adam West really doesn't ever get mentioned. I mean, everybody kind of goes back to, oh, hi.
Oh, it's the Punisheress.
Comes out of nowhere.
How are you? Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi.
Oh yeah, hi. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, we are so happy you are here.
Yes.
Guys, aren't I the luckiest dude of all time?
Yeah, you better say that, Matt, with the
Right?
Punisheress right behind you.
That's right. Just getting points. I told him you weren't feeling well, so you'd stop in and say, hey.
Oh yeah,
So,
I just been up and down, but happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
and her book came out today.
Oh, that's
right.
Lots of rest.
Oh, it's hard to rest. There's 7 kids running around. It's
8.
pretty. 8.
Is there a firing squad somewhere? I'm hearing
Ladder, and I don't know if that's coming from Matt or if it's coming from John.
So I'm just in bed. I'm good.
I'm
cool.
good.
I'm
I'm
good. Yeah.
Feeling like a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's life, but we just kind of roll with it, and we got to do what we got to do, and
yeah,
that's how it goes.
Yeah.
attitude.
Yeah,
So-
that's what everybody's doing right now. Yeah.
Make the most out of a bad situation. That's what my dad always told me. You got lemons, make lemonade. You got rocks, make a wall. Whatever.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, I like that one a lot, actually. Yeah. So what is everybody doing? I know what Simon has been doing because I watched his vlogs today.
Yeah.
It was an amazing video. It really, really was, Simon.
Dude, you were making us laugh.
Oh my
so
gosh,
hard.
we were all huddled around our phone laughing. It was, I mean,
I'm
laughing.
trying to be serious, guys. It's not funny.
Well, no, but I mean, okay, the mom thing, that was
Come
funny.
on. That was
Yes,
funny.
and the garlic thing. Oh my gosh, you guys, if you haven't seen it, he just like eats a clove of garlic, just straight up, just like crunches into it. Oh my gosh.
The vlog was getting boring. I had to spice it up and make some interesting and entertaining. So, yeah.
I saw the tag about 30 minutes before this. So.
Oh gosh, no.
A whole clove? You mean a whole clove of garlic or a whole garlic?
Just a clove. Just clove. I'll do a whole garlic if you want. For the next, how about next week? I'll do a whole garlic just for you.
You should set
See what happens.
Listen, even I can't do that. I'm Cuban. I ate a lot of garlic growing up. But
Oh, I mean, we eat a lot of garlic, but there's no way I could just crunch a whole clove like that. There's no.
I think I could do it.
Yeah, I think
I've
Matt.
done it, but it's not pleasant.
It tastes good. It just stings a bit.
Well, it does kind of burn a little bit.
I love garlic and I love heat. Like I'll take those hot chili like dares or whatever, So.
All right, well now I dare you to go eat a clove of garlic.
We have garlic right now.
Do it.
Do not delete the stream because we just heard that he's taken all hot challenges. So
I believe my wife just put me on blast like that. She's like, we got one right now.
Everybody send the devil's toe down to Matt.
I love your wife. She is amazing. She's like, going to get you that garlic right now.
There we go.
You better bring the smallest one.
I'll go get one too.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Simon, there we go.
I don't have any garlic.
Oh, I do.
I'm going to the store Monday.
Oh, no way.
I don't have any garlic.
I've got a whole refrigerator full of it. Not going to happen.
My vampire kit is in my other house.
Your vampire kit.
Garlic.
Oh my gosh, Roger, you're so awesome. John is just
Give me some water too, yeah.
watching all this and shaking his head like.
Well, this is like the 10th stream John's been on today. I'm surprised he's awake.
Oh gosh, yes, it really, really has been.
He's like everywhere. I see him everywhere.
I mean, as soon as I said Ben Affleck was a good Batman, it's like all on me now.
Rita, you could try a clove of garlic.
No. If they want to do it, let them go
For
right
real?
ahead.
Yeah.
Apparently, Kate is in.
Oh, let's do it. Hey, there you go.
Hey, Rina, how old are you today? What is the number?
All right, Simon, don't eat it yet. We're waiting for
19,
Matt.
John.
Kate is joined in.
Thank you, Fuchsia. Oh, dude, you got like a huge one, man. Slimy, yet satisfying.
Oh,
It's that great Australian soil,
well,
apparently.
you know what they say. Kuna Matata. I'm not okay to say that and eat it.
My wife's getting mine ready, so I think she's adding hot sauce and jalapenos and. Thank you, baby.
Cutting it.
Okay, so I have a clove for Cade, and he's over there. He's got a knife. He's like slicing off like the tiniest.
You see what Rob put on there about Perry?
Yeah,
All
trying to get his toe
I
cut.
like that, Sharon.
Oh, wait, we have to wait for. Oh, here comes Matt's.
All right, okay.
You first. No, at the same time. You guys got to do it at the same time.
I took the
A
tiny.
shark tooth.
Cheers, mate.
1, 2, 3.
Oh no! Kate,
Oh,
are
never
you
mind.
kidding? Oh,
Mm.
that was fantastic.
Woo!
Smells.
It's like super. Oh, Simon. Oh,
Hey, did you do it yet?
Kate tapped out.
Oh,
man.
Woo.
you're not getting rid of that breath for a long time.
Wow. She's not gonna want to kiss me tonight.
Oh.
That's why she's behind you.
I'll tell you what, that actually tastes really good.
Yeah.
I love garlic.
Kate's all.
Now, if we put garlic on a pizza and Matt ate it, now that would be a challenge.
That
No.
that would be a challenge, man.
You and Sharon,
Yeah.
garlic pizza.
I'm just like your mom. I hate pizza.
I'm not a fan of pizza.
No.
Your mom, you want the rest?
Jake
you know,
isn't either.
I
Jake doesn't
will,
like pizza either, yeah.
The only two people I know who don't like pizza are in this panel.
Honestly, if I have to eat pizza, like I gotta throw all kinds of veggies and meats on it, and just so I can. And even then, I'm like, that was.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
if it becomes a salad, it's not a pizza.
Yeah,
um,
it's true, right?
John asked in the chat earlier, what was the most embarrassing thing you've ever done to me? And I honestly can't think of anything.
That's sacrilegious. What's the Vegemite?
No, I am never eating Vegemite. No.
You know what Simon
Rina.
says if
Simon
it's
should have some.
I put Vegemite on pizza this morning.
What is that? Tell me about it. I don't know what that is.
Vegemite. I don't know how to explain it. It's like just it's an Aussie thing. This is disgusting looking spread that's really salty, but it's awesome.
Oh,
What's
shoot.
Have you guys heard of like Marmite and things like that? I think Marmite's like the British version of it.
That's right, Rob.
But
Vegemite.
yeah, it's really salty.
That sounds like some kind of kitchen counter. Doesn't sound like
I don't even know what's in it, but
a Marmite kitchen counter.
I've heard people compare it to Americans' obsessions with peanut butter. That it's like there are most countries around the world look at us with peanut butter and they're like, "What the heck are you eating?"
peanut butter's good.
But like, yeah, Australia's got the Vegemite, which it is very bitter and it's not very. It looks like I don't know. It looks like
You think it's bitter? I think it's more salty than bitter.
very salty. Yeah, salty.
You just ate an entire clove of garlic.
Yeah, but it looks
Sounds
sweet.
good.
When I first saw it, I expected it to be sweet, and then that first bite was quite a shock.
Okay, so it's a spread.
Yeah,
If you thought it was sweet, yeah, it'd be shocked for sure.
I was quite a shock. Yeah,
When I was a kid, I actually thought it was made out of bugs. So I have no idea what's even
it
in
looks
it.
like molasses. It's got a very dark, kind of thick.
You must live life to its fullest.
Oh,
I'll show you some.
Simon.
he's so awesome. Oh my god.
My kids are all in the other room, all having a garlic challenge. Okay, like
No
right
way.
now,
It's amazing. Oh my
they're all
God.
over there. I can hear them now. Some of them are gagging. Some of them like it.
Dude, this sounds really terrible. It says it's made from leftover brewer's yeast extract with various vegetable and spice additives.
Interesting.
My
Interesting.
school used to do
Oh, he has it there.
races.
Here.
What would happen is you have to sit in a chair and you
He's
have
got a spoon.
you would
He's
sit
got a spoon, guys.
on a number. So you would have to sit
wow,
in a
that's
chair and you
crazy.
would have to draw
Wow,
a number.
Looks like fudge, kind of like.
No, don't
Not sweet.
Yeah.
It's not sweet.
The other thing is right.
Yeah, we used to.
Oh.
So we would have to pull a number during these relay races, and then a certain number corresponded to a food. And they had Vegemite, they had baby food, they had giant marshmallows, and just like soy sauce, and just like kind of these like acquired taste foods.
Don't trust Kachung. He's another Aussie. You can't trust him.
I can't type in the chat, but no one, like when you use Vegemite, a lot of people say you're not supposed to use too much. Like on toast, you just lightly spread it. So like this is like way too much. but I'll eat this for you,
Oh
Rina.
my
Right
God. Oh my God.
now.
Okay, wait, what do we have that we could do the same
What
thing?
happened to the show?
Kachung. Kachung, is that a decent size of
Oh, that
Vegemite
was
there?
Oh my
No,
God.
I had kids who were trying the Vegemite,
Oh
and
my
every
gosh, dude.
single one who tried it would get up and go throw up over the trash can. I'm too scared to try it. I'm like, no.
You guys are out of control tonight. What is happening?
Oh, Simon. Oh, Simon.
Oh,
I've been on shows with Tori that were less crazy than this. It's wild.
Ow.
oh, he's going in for more.
It makes you sweat.
Good stuff.
Here's an idea for a show, guys. Right? It's like last man standing. You just make a
Do
list,
it.
like Rina
I'm
was saying.
so down for that show.
You know, a list of stuff. You have to have it, and whoever can down all this list of stuff will win a grail of some sort
Right.
because they'll earn it.
Whoever can do it will win a book. How about that?
How you doing, Simon?
Hard pass. I'm out.
Con is like, no way.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is very fear factor. I'm good. I'm good.
I don't like eating anything.
See, Rina, I was trying to switch it so that we could embarrass your mom, but it didn't work out. I was saying, like, what is the most embarrassing thing?
Bring it back around, and
mean,
every
You gotta,
time.
even think, you gotta think clearly. I saw your mom go to the grocery store with a mustache on. I mean, I know there's stuff that she's done. Come on.
I have a good embarrassing story about Rina.
No.
There you go. No, Sharon. I want a Sharon one.
What's the most embarrassing thing you've done to me?
Yeah, I have
And
an embarrassing thing I've
I
done to
can't
you.
think of anything.
I
The
can
only thing I can think of is when she shares baby stories. That is the only thing I can think of.
That's mild. Come on, that's weak sauce. That's every mom. That's
There's
weak
got to
sauce.
be something.
Well,
Got to be
go ahead.
something there. It's got to be something there.
Come on. Yeah, no, Kate has one. Kate has one.
Okay, so you guys know that song where he says, fill them up with no one can and now just
No.
You know that song?
No.
Okay, well, no.
Uh-oh.
It must be good.
It must be good. Major
There's a video. He actually took a secret video of her singing
No,
that
I
song
asked
by
him to
Fall
take the
Out
video.
Boy.
Yeah.
And we
it
had
was so cringy because she's all dancing and afterwards
It's awesome.
she tried to delete it
It's
off
awesome.
my phone, but I
You
made a
still
backup.
have it, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
you have
do.
the backup, yeah.
No.
That we would never
No, we
show
wouldn't.
because it's that bad.
Yeah.
But that's a really good embarrassing story. Oh yeah.
I
Kate is future CIA. He backs up everything.
Another thing that Rina used to do, she would always say, when I was 3, remember when I was 3?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for like
It's
a
not my
solid
fault.
year.
I have a perfect
When I
memory.
was
Okay.
Perfect memory.
Okay.
indeed,
A decent
yes.
memory.
Yes. For like a solid year, she would be like, I remember when I was 3 and Fred Astaire came by and we danced a number. Do you remember that, Mom? And I'm like, what? No. No, I remember, Mom. I was 3. I remember dancing with Fred Astaire. Hey, Mom, do you remember when I
That
was
is
3?
not
Hugh
a
Jackman
likable
actually was
comparison.
here. We had dinner with Hugh Jackman. I remember, Mom. I
Well,
was
okay,
3.
it was more things like, do you remember when I was little, I used to jump from the top stair and you and Dad would catch me at the bottom? Or do you remember the day that I had you jump on a gate?
Did that actually happen?
Yes, that actually happened.
You jumped off the staircase
Yeah.
like the entire flight.
Or like I had asked Mom to jump on the bed with me one time, and I remember us jumping on the bed when I was like really
One
little.
fell off and bumped their head.
Okay,
She
I
hit
did that
her
once.
head. She
I
hit her
actually
head.
had to.
Oh, actually, Cade, he did that. He used to do like all kinds of like ninja
Somersaults.
stuff on the
I
bed.
used to do backflips
And
and stuff.
That's what I'm talking about.
Cracked his head on the
On the
windowsill
windowsill.
and gave himself a concussion.
And it was tasty.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for being here, Greg. It was so nice to see you.
bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Hi,
Appreciate
Greg.
it so much.
Just
Hi, Greg.
tasty. It
So
hurt.
yeah, my oldest was jumping on her bed and he fell off, and I used to have dumbbells right by the side because I'd wake up and he hit his head, cracked it open. We had to go to the hospital and get him staples.
He was a year
Well,
old.
Rina actually was doing handstands in the front yard
wonder if I can.
And she came in and she was very calm.
Oh, I see it, Scar.
Ooh.
And she says,
Ooh.
Mom, I think there's something wrong with my arm. And she was
Ooh.
so calm.
That's a good one.
She broke both bones and
Oh.
pounded them. Yes. So we drove all the way to the emergency room and she didn't utter a peep. She didn't cry. She
No,
didn't
I was
scream.
freaking out by the time we got there.
Nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Shock.
I remember you were kind of freaking out. You were like, drive.
Well, okay,
yeah.
so what happened is, you know,
Oh, I
early.
just told them what happened.
Well, no, I know, but
Thank
the
Lord I've never been
handstand.
on
When
a
she
boat.
was 3, she remembered what really happened.
Thank
You know
Lord
what?
I've never
Yes,
broken a
actually,
bone.
I did.
Wow.
We were there.
I always tell people you're not cool until you break a bone, so you've been cool for a while.
Well,
I'm
and
not
the thing was that I used to think before I broke the bone, I used to think that I would never break a bone. I'm like, maybe I'll be one of those people that can say that I've never broken anything. And then it was the summer right before 5th grade started, and I had come back home, and I was outside all day with one of my friends, and we were practicing handstands on a hill, and I finally got all the way up and started to come back down. I panicked, lifted my right arm in an attempt to get back up. And I still vividly remember watching the pop of my arm as I fell. Because I wound up with like a bone on top of my arm when I broke it. So, and see, but it didn't hurt. That's why I didn't freak out, is because I'm thinking, okay, well, this doesn't hurt. Maybe it's just a dislocation. We can pop it back in and call it good.
Yeah.
So because I didn't know any better. So I came in, and that's why I was like, there's something wrong. I can't move it. I think it's dislocated. And no, I wound up breaking both bones in half. They compounded back together again, and they wound up like this. So that's why I had the bulge.
Yeah.
Have any of your kids broke bones? Or have any of you broken bones?
You want my list? I'll give
Yes.
you my list. Okay. I've broken my nose twice.
Ow.
I've broken every finger
That's not a bone, though.
twice. All right. I've broken my elbow. I've broken my ribs on my right side. And I've cracked my shins.
Oh.
So,
That's
and,
not
Because how?
and major concussions. I've been in the hospital for each one.
And you
And I've blown both my knees out.
Gosh, Isabel, you're rough, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I live with a Punisher. Sometimes I wake up and she's swinging me in the air, man. Mainly sports. I played a lot of sports growing up. I did football since I was about 4 years old.
Wow.
All the way through high school. And then a lot of fighting and a lot of rollerblading and BMXing.
Matt, fighting?
Oh, yeah. I got in a fight with a kid once, threw a punch, and he moved, and I hit the wall, like the corner of a door. And like the rest of my fingers went forward, but these two hit the door, and it just popped right up, and my skin was up like yours, like, and I still had to keep fighting, so I was crying the entire time. It was nasty. It just hit the door, boop, and this stuck right up here.
Movie stuff right there.
Had one of my characters, because the emergency room we went to couldn't treat my arm for how bad I had broken it. Yeah, I was in a cast for 2 years, or about 2 years. Yeah, it was impressive. But my ambulance driver, who drove me from my emergency room to the main hospital downtown, he was telling me he had another kid who broke his arm similar, and he said that this kid was playing football, and his foot went to it in a grass pivot, and he fell and he hit the fence. He said that his bone came up and out of the skin, and he was like, "Oh, Mom, I gotta go to the hospital." I was like, "How can you be so calm?"
Compound fracture.
I would be
Yeah.
that way if I saw my
See
kids
my bone,
break
I probably
something.
would have fainted. I'm not even kidding.
I would see. I don't care about me. Like I was wild and crazy when I was a kid. Like I kid you not, I just didn't think things. But my kids, if I saw my kids break a bone, I would freak out and pass out. I start running in circles, crying. Like Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
I'm the one that keeps it calm.
She does. She does.
I'd probably be like, oh, let's see. Let's take a picture.
Yeah.
And then let's call 911.
Yeah, that's how she is.
Hey, Perry. What's your story?
Oh, his ears must have been burning from earlier.
Okay.
Rock climbing's awesome.
Are you gonna
Are you gonna
Yeah,
say
I
it?
I don't want to interrupt anyone.
It's like, I got a story. I'm like,
No. Okay, so I heard this from my gym teacher while we were outside because our school has like these wooden fences with barbs on them.
Mhm.
And he said a ball went over the fence and one of these teenager kids were like, I'll go get it. And then they yeeted their arms over the fence and they just stabbed their arms into the fence and got stuck hanging there. And our teacher had to go and help him.
I'm really that was not you.
Okay, nastiest story. Check this out. It wasn't me, but we were at lunch in 6th grade, and they had the bleachers. Usually they have them down. John leaves. They have the bleachers, and 2 of them they pushed up, and they left one completely against the wall. So the basketball court was there, and everybody was running and jumping and dunking the ball. And so this one kid jumps up and he grabs the rim, but he slips backwards and falls back and hits his elbow like this. Boom. Elbow first, and it literally breaks right here at his wrist, and the bones come through like that, and it's all weird on the floor, and you can see his bones sticking out at his wrist. And I thought it was Wolverine for a second. I just know, but it was it was so I got grossed out. Ran outside like heaving and stuff, like.
Okay, confirm tonight's gonna be all about nightmares. Thanks, guys. I'm glad we got on this topic.
This has really gone a direction I never,
embarrassing stories
I
about
never imagined.
Anxiety.
maybe I should show the cute baby picture again.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Or TJ lost his front teeth.
Yeah,
All he wanted for Christmas was his 2 front teeth.
Matt has the craziest stories of when he was a child. I'm like, how did you even do those
Where were your
things?
parents?
Like, where
were your parents?
Seriously, like he just.
My mom said the first time I snuck out of the house, I was 3. And I went through the laundry. I went through the laundry room window, got on top of the washer and dryer, snuck out the window, and then went to play with this cute girl down the street. And she's sorry, baby. That was 3.
Go ahead and hit him, Isabel. Go ahead.
So that was the beginning of my sneaking out life. So it was much fun. Much fun.
You just snuck out.
What's something that I started doing as a baby and still consistently do even now?
Don't ask me. Ask your mom.
It's so good.
Hello.
There you go. Because they're switch.
Oh gosh.
That looks weird.
I don't know. I mean, she's been writing forever. I mean, I ever since she could start to write.
There's appendages coming from all over the screen here.
It's Cade. He's being a goof monkey. Notebooks half started stories. I mean, her actual first bound book was when she was in 3rd grade. It was like the 3 Kittens or something.
Wow.
And
never to talk about this.
Don't be ashamed of it, because it's what made you who you are today.
Absolutely. It's super cute. It's super cute.
It's the grandfather of Isle of the Dark.
Yes. And I remember sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's only, in 3rd grade and she's coming up with something this good. And where did she even come up with these characters? I mean, her imagination is phenomenal. So
well, and it was actually about 2 of the cats we owned at the time, Dante and Kippy, and it was their kittens and kind of just like what they were doing. And I don't even remember all what it was about. The only thing I remember is there was a character's name was Gumdrop.
But it was cute.
That's it.
It was cute. I mean, I can't think of anything really embarrassing that you
or just in general. I mean, I am OCD. I've been OCD since
She
I
is
was
OCD.
little.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
true.
on our most recent video, the text had to be in an upside
Okay,
down
you
triangle.
know what?
Anyway, we are coming up on the hour
I
mark
know. I
already.
was like,
we are
what happened to the half-hour
way
interview?
over.
Yeah.
I am so sorry, you guys.
This is the 3-hour show, right?
No, John needs to get some man.
It's almost like 11. Who's it almost 11 o'clock for? Not John.
9 o'clock. Yeah, no, I don't think we don't have anybody.
No, I was gonna say.
Drew was gonna hop on, but he had to put his kids to bed. So he said happy birthday, and he's
Dad
like,
comes first.
yeah, he's like, the panel is so awesome. I don't want to interrupt the panel because they're so awesome. Drew, you're awesome. Thank you. You're so sweet.
Yes.
You rock, Drew.
Everybody loves you. Happy birthday, kid.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you all for helping us celebrate her birthday and making her day
even though this
special
was
and
supposed to be like embarrassing / interview, I think we just had a lot more fun instead.
You
It
guys,
was a lot of fun.
so much fun. Thank you, Simon and Matt, for eating raw garlic. Oh my
Has
god.
a breath on that.
Hey,
And Vegemite.
yes,
I went the extra mile with the Vegemite.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You guys are wild men. Wild men, I say.
Yes.
That actually wasn't that bad. I think the Vegemite looked worse, man.
Oh, yeah. Then we went back for a second bite, so it couldn't have been that bad.
Yeah, I've been licking the spoon gradually as well. It's no.
I
It's only a
noticed.
little bit now.
I noticed. Yeah, you're like, I mean, hardcore, not even a cracker, man.
Not even a cracker, no, which is what that's supposed to be good with is Vegemite crackers. Yeah.
Well, no, isn't it supposed to be like sandwich, like the song?
On toast is the most popular, just Vegemite on toast.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the only thing that I can reference is that old Men at Work song, the
Ah,
Vegemite.
yeah.
So anyway, thank you all so very much for coming and celebrating with us. At least you don't have the garlic breath. You
stay over there. You stay over there.
Like
She's like, thanks for that, Matt.
Camera magic. I blew forward and she's behind me, and just
So we wish all of you great health and well-being, and be safe. And
Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you all so much for the birthday wishes. Thank you.
We appreciate it so much. Next week we have Rod the Rican on.
Ooh.
So be sure to
Coconuts.
check us out next week for that awesome interview show. So that being said,
We will see you all.
are we gonna sing? Can we sing?
Yes, please.
Why?
Happy birthday to you.
We're
This
not
is
gonna
why
sing.
you
Join
brought
me.
so
Come
many
on.
people on here. That was
happy
Later.